Beth Hassett, CEO of Weave, joining me now live. Weave stands for When Everyone Acts, Violence Ends. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We know that sexual violence, predatory behavior is about power and not sex. The power dynamic is exacerbated when the predator has the additional power of being famous or talented, like R. Kelly. After the reversal of Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction, you and I visited about R. Kelly's conviction earlier this summer and if it would hold. What's your reaction hearing another jury say guilty?
Convictions matter, and convictions especially matter when the person does have money and fame. It tells victims that juries do believe victims when they tell their stories, and that we will hold people accountable. Even if it's a smaller conviction and just layered on top of his original conviction, it matters, and it continues to tell the story that your voice matters if you're a victim.
The Cosby reversal maybe had a chilling effect on victims. Why put themselves out there? Why go through all the condemnation and attack just to have a verdict tossed? Do you feel victims everywhere are emboldened today because R. Kelly has again been convicted?
I hope so. Those survivors were so courageous, standing up there, telling horrible stories about their past and putting themselves on the line. I hope that it emboldens every survivor out there to tell their story, to seek justice, and to know that we believe them.
We are about 2 weeks away from the start of National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Are we in any better place with this national tragedy? And by tragedy, I mean this targeting of the vulnerable. Are we in any better place this year than last year?
I think where we're in a better place is the fact that people want to do something. We're calling it Domestic Violence Action Month because we want people to act, and I know that our community is ready to do something. They want to find a way to be a part of ending violence and not just sitting by watching it unfold on the news. So we will have toolkits available, and people can check our website and find ways that they too can make a difference in this world and in this community. It's not just Weave's job to end violence, it's everybody coming together and really making a difference for survivors.
It's interesting that you're spinning the word awareness that we usually hear associated with this month to action, because it is something that even if you know of something that's going on, because a lot of these situations happen within homes, within families, other people feel like that's not my business. I can't really get involved. They feel powerless even though they know someone that they care for is being hurt.
And we know there's power in people just talking about domestic violence and sexual assault, and being kind and being responsive and not blaming victims. Anyone out there can educate themselves about what would be the appropriate and supportive reaction if they hear that somebody is suffering some kind of abuse or violence. So just awareness matters, but you got to do something with that awareness and put it into action.
Are there any trends that you're seeing that may be different, or that, the average person may think is unexpected when it comes to what is happening in our country, in our area with domestic violence?
I don't know that it's unexpected. I think we're seeing what I would have expected to see, which is so many people not having anywhere to go, with the housing shortage, and staying longer with Weave, which is good because they get more supports and leave more resilient, but people just not having anywhere to go and staying in very dangerous relationships. We're seeing very complicated relationships where there's that intersection of racism and poverty, lack of access to health care. All of those things just exacerbate the domestic violence that people are experiencing.
Very, very tough situation to untangle. What is Weave, aside from action, what is Weave looking to emphasize as we move into October? I know the national theme of this year's Awareness or Action Month is Everyone Knows Someone.
And I think that is a critical theme for people to reflect on. It amazes me how often I hear from people in the community that I know and say, I had no idea that my employee, my coworker, my neighbor, my family member was experiencing domestic violence. And I think if people do nothing else this month, educate yourself about what it really looks like. It's not all about physical violence. It's about all of the nuanced, emotional, financial, technological abuse that goes on in people's lives. And just pay attention. The more we pay attention to it, the more we can get ahead of it, interrupt that violence before it gets deadly, and have a safer community for everybody.
Thank you so much, as always, for your insight. We appreciate you.